Shalom Israel, Shalom. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Call Haloyim Le Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Wa Rahakwadash. Mamunya, Wa Rahakwadash. Laha, Takwa. Malapanyaka, Tha Salakaya, Babakusha. Shemai, Yasharella, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Ahad. Tuwab. Amen. Shalom Israel, Kwam Yasharala. This lesson is called The Image of Baal. The Image of Baal. Now, we know that Baal is a wicked deity from Canaan that was worshipped and still being worshipped today. Child sacrifice. Idolaters and, fornicators and wicked practices and ritualistic customs. You understand what I'm saying? Child sacrifice. And we're going to get into the image of Baal. But first, let's get some scripture. Let's go to Romans 11 and 4. Romans 11 and 4. And it says, "But what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal." Let's read that again. "But what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so that at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And by the grace, then it is no words of works, otherwise grace, no more grace. But if it be works, then it is no more grace, otherwise work is no more work. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded." So the election are the 7,000 men, which 7 just means completion. It's an innumerable amount. But these are the people that will not bow down to this image. They're separated. Yahweh had separated them. You understand what I'm saying? He has separated the worldly priest, the idolatrous priest, the fornicating priest who worship the image. He has separated the wicked 2/3 who are, have wicked ingrained in them. There's a separation. Those who will be Satanists and worship Baal, and those who rebuke it, who denounce it. Let's go to 1 Kings 19 and 18. Let's go to 1 Kings 19 and 18. "Yet I have left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, and every mouth with which hath not kissed him." You understand what I'm saying? It's no one who has taken part in this wicked, disgusting, putrid deity. "So he departed thence and found Elisha the son of Shaphat, who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him, and with the 12, and Elijah passed by him and cast his mantle upon him." So the 12 yoke of oxen, and oxen means power, means strength. So, and the 12 meaning your 12 tribes of Israel, the ones who are constantly pushing, the word of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and telling the people not to bow to the image of Baal. Let's go to Jeremiah 2 and 8. And it says, "The priest said not, Where is the Lord? And they that handle the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after things that do not profit." Those are your false prophets, your pastors, your preachers, your teachers that are condoning the acts of worshiping a false deity. We're not warning you. Where, Salakia, let's continue. Where I will yet plead with you, saith the Lord Yahweh, and with your children's children will I plead. He is pleading through the prophets, through the believers, the men of the great, renowned men of the Lord. Constantly, Yahweh is the great, the doors of mercy, the grace period is going on, but it's closing. He's pleading with the children of Israel to come back to your power. You understand what I'm saying? I would like to go back to Jeremiah 7 and 9. Jeremiah 7 and 9. And it says, Jeremiah 7 and 9. Let's go to 8. Behold, ye trusted in lying words that could not profit. He's asking, will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not, and come and stand before me in the house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to all these abominations? Let's read that again. Will ye steal? Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not, and come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to all these abominations? So you just openly admitting, it's like a slap in the face to Yahweh, the power, to Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. You do all these things knowingly and unknowingly, and you want to say that you're a representative of Israel, that you are a king, that you are a priest, that you are a man of renown. You are a child of the Most High Yahweh, Yasharallah, the brother of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, but you still worship these deities openly and unknowingly. Let's go to Zephaniah 1 and 4. Zephaniah 1 and 4. Let's go to Zephaniah 1 and 4. I will also stretch out mine hand upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, and the name of the Chemarims with the priest, which that means the idolaters, and the fornicators, and also the fornicating priests and idolaters. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue. And them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship and that swear by the Lord Yahweh, and that swear by Ma'al Ka'am, which is the astrologers. You understand what I'm saying? That worship these stars and moons, and the sun. The Lord said he will cut them off. Your 2/3, your wicked witches and warlocks, your wicked priest will be cut off. And it's happening right now in real time. Without no further ado, the image of Baal.
Who is Baal? In ancient times, Canaan and Phoenicia were located in the area that now encompasses northern Israel, Syria, Jordan and Lebanon along the Mediterranean Sea coast. Baal was a fertility and earth god of the ancient cultures and was later exported to Egypt, where he was worshipped as the storm god. The Semitic word Baal means lord or master, and the ancient people believed he was in charge of all of nature and humans. He was considered superior to his father, El, the chief of the deities. There is archaeological evidence of animal sacrifices to the god, and even human infant sacrifices. In addition, since it was believed that the sexual union of Baal and Anath, the goddess of love and war, and also Baal's sister, or Asherah, his mother and mistress, led to fertility and good harvest, there was a practice of public ritualistic prostitution. A community female represented Asherah or Anath, and a male priest usually represented Baal. He also made appearances in the Hebrew Bible. Origin. Most of what is known about the deity comes from an archaeological finding in 1929 in the location of the ancient city of Ugarit, in the northern part of Syria. In mythology, Canaan represented life and fertility, and Mo was the god of death and sterility. The Canaanites believed that fertility came in cycles of 7 years. Baal had a battle with Mo to determine whether there would be a drought and famine, or 7 years of prosperous harvests. He also had to battle Yem, the god of the sea, to win his position as the reigning king of the deities. Family. The father of Baal was El, the first king of the gods. However, Baal was more powerful than his father. His mother Asherah was the chief female deity, and later was also considered his mistress. His sister, and another of his mistresses, was Anath, the goddess of love and war. Religious influence. According to the Old Testament, after the Israelites wandered in the desert for 40 years, they arrived in the fruitful land of Canaan where the prime deity was Baal. Before they entered the Promised Land, the Hebrew people were warned not to worship the pagan gods of Canaan. However, after wandering in the desert for all that time, they weren't quite sure that their God was the right choice since the Canaanites were living it up on the fertile soil. Many split their allegiance and decided to worship both their God and Baal. Their idol worship was punished when the Hebrew God sent word through the prophet Elijah that it was he who controlled the rain. The Hebrew God then sent a drought that lasted for more than 3 years. Queen Jezebel of Phoenicia had 450 prophets of Baal as her court counselors. Elijah met 450 prophets of Baal at the base of Mount Carmel for the ultimate decision of which of the gods was in charge. All the Baal prophets called for lightning bolts as a sign from heaven, but nothing happened at all. When Elijah said a prayer to his God, lightning shot down from the sky. Modern influence. There were plans to erect reproductions of the 50-foot arched entrance of the Temple of Baal in Times Square Inches, New York City, and Trafalgar Square Inches, London during World Heritage Week in April 2016. The original ancient temple in Palmyra. Needless to say, there was quite a controversy surrounding the replicas. The project was ultimately cancelled in lieu of a replica of Palmyra's Arch of Triumph, which stood in Trafalgar Square that week, as that arch has a less direct connection to the ancient pagan rituals.
The image of Baal. The image of Baal.